All right, I'm here with Carl Magnus Troedsen, General Manager of DICE, and we're going to talk about the history. So Carl, tell us, you got rabid fans out here. They just want to know, give us a bit about the history of where Battlefield has been and where it's going to.
Well, I mean, Battlefield started out with Battlefield 1942, and it's almost 10 years ago now that we launched that game. So a lot of things have happened since then. That was a PC-only, multiplayer-only kind of game. It was very innovative at its time because it had these huge open environments with vehicles and infantry and all these kind of different things. But we have come a long way since then. We have launched Battlefield 2, that was a huge thing in 2005. With Bad Company 1, we started introducing single player and the destruction that we now have in like a key pillar for the actual franchise. And now we are really taking one of these huge leaps again with Battlefield 3, which is coming out this year.
Well, I'm a huge fan, and I come from the military. I come from the military side of things. So our background is total military, and our big thing is we've been taking apart the trailers, and you guys have been doing a fantastic job. I'll tell you, the details that we're picking up and the little things is nitpicking, but you guys, your team is just doing a fabulous job. And I guess what I would like to find out is, what are we taking from Battlefield 2? What was it that brought you, what are we taking from Battlefield 2 and moving and taking to the next level? I mean, we have the destruction level, obviously, as a huge factor. So I guess talk to us a little bit about what are the things, besides the destruction level, what are the things that come from Battlefield 2 that you're bringing into Battlefield 3?
Well, I would say most importantly, it's actually something that has to do with the style and tone of the game. It's authenticity. You know, it's much more, if you compare it to Bad Company 1 and Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3 has a much more serious, authentic tone, from everything in the campaign to the actual multiplayer as well. You know, it's not a simulator, of course, you know, it's still a game from that perspective, but it has a much more serious tone to it. And this goes through everything. Like you mentioned, we have a high attention to detail in our games. We believe that's very important. We want it to feel like if you're driving a heavy tank, you should have the illusion of that this is how it feels to drive that tank in real life. Everything from animations to how the physics is simulated to the sound of it, whatever it might be. It needs to feel really authentic, and that goes for the weapons, the vehicles, the animations that we have taken a huge leap forward with now as well.
Yeah, so far what we're seeing, I got to hand it to you guys, doing just absolute amazing job. We saw the tanks yesterday, and the tank battle footage was awesome. I know I've got a few friends that ride in those same tanks, and we're talking to our guys downrange who might be right now in Afghanistan, who that's their thing. So that it's just a wonderful deep sense. So I guess what I'd like to talk about a little bit is about what do you think about the Frostbite 2 engine with this destruction level? I mean, it's really it's new, hasn't been seen out, and this level of destruction. So I guess talk to us about the level of destruction and what that really means for the gamers.
Well, it all started with Battlefield Bad Company 1, where we felt that we needed a more dynamic environment to play in. We didn't want to have this classical static environments that a lot of games still have. We had introduced the micro destruction there, that you could take out covers and the smaller pieces of destruction. With Bad Company 2, we introduced a larger scale where you actually could take out an entire house. After a while, you grinded it down and it actually fell down. In Battlefield 3, we take that even one step further. We wanted to create dense urban environments which you could play in, but that means that that's a different kind of destruction that you have in there. So we now have like facade destruction inside the level of Paris, for instance, where if you shoot RPGs, the facade will crumble and fall down. And naturally, you need to watch out. If that hits your head, you might die as well. So we have the full range of destruction, and we're very, very happy with what we have now as well, because it's not just that we only have that, we still have the smaller destruction as well in the game still.
So did you just confirm for us that actually when you take a chunk of a building out, it'll actually kill somebody?
Yes.
Outstanding. All right, so that's a huge question. I know that some of our viewers were actually asking us that, and that's a fabulous. You heard it here, KM verifying thing. So, all right, so let's talk about some of the classes that we're going to have. We're going to stick to what we had in Battlefield 2? What are we going to bring to Battlefield 3? Give us a little bit of that.
We have actually narrowed it down. I mean, from every game that we do, we learn a lot about the classes. It would definitely be class-based. Let's start with that. We're going to have 4 classes in there. But we made some changes in here based on both the feedback that we get from the community, but also the telemetry that we see of how people play the game. For instance, you have the typical assault kind of guy that is up front and close with the enemies. He's the kind of guy that want to run and shoot and just kill people. But he's also the kind of guy that want to have his friends with him to actually make sure that he can both heal himself and heal his other mates. Before, he has to always wait for the medic to come running, and that didn't really work out. So we have actually combined those classes together to one now. So you have a very offensive combat medic or something like that, you could call him. And it's so far we're very happy with the mechanics that we have there.
Outstanding. Well, that's definitely, I think it sounds like you guys are really listening to the community. And that's one of the things I think that the community, the Battlefield community, is tightly integrated. You guys do such a great job of listening to that feedback. And I just loaded Battlefield 2 in the last 2 weeks just so I could get myself back into it. Being from 2005, such a huge leap. But there's still plenty of people out there playing. There's still lots of people playing on those servers. And I mean, and they're still good because I got on there and got hit. So the fans are there for you, and so far what we're seeing, I think the fans are just going to come right back in droves. It's an absolute gem. So I guess for you, been around with this, what's your favorite piece? What's your favorite? Let's go back. Give me a little bit about the pieces that you have from the different franchises, from the different bits and pieces in history. What are your favorites?
Well, I have to say that we talked about it before, but the Destruction is probably one of my babies when it comes to the franchise. When we made that change, I would argue that we changed how you play shooters, because before you could run into a small tent or something like that, and you could have like an Abrams tank shooting at that tent, and you wouldn't get killed. That doesn't happen anymore. That tank will drive through that tent and crush you if you're playing the game right now. That's a big difference from how you played games before, and to me, that is something that's very near and dear to me.
That's outstanding. Well, we're going to get you back to the floor. I appreciate your time. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
We'll be talking to you later. Thanks. Al, we're going to go ahead and get back down to Al. There he's down with the players, and back to Al.
Hey, and I'm back. I'm back with Josh, John, and Ian, all from Mount Sierra College up around Monroeville, California. Big shout out to your schools.
Yeah, Mount Sierra, yeah. Red Monkey.
Before we had to go back up to the interview, I was talking to John. Yeah. Hey, how long are you guys willing to wait to play Battlefield?
I've been here since they started, and I've been waiting in line.
So you guys been here since 12 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
And what's the main thing you want to get out of this here?
Well, I want to get my hands on this exactly and see the new tech that they put into the Destruction.
You think you guys are going to be able to squeeze in a little gameplay in here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Josh, is that why you're really here?
This and the Old Republic, that's it. But this game mainly.
Josh, let me ask you, as a veteran of the Iraq War, do you think some of this footage that you see, some of this realistic gameplay that you see on this game, does any of that affect you in any way from what you saw from your experiences with the 89th MP Company?
Not really, because this is fantasy. When you're in the real combat, it's a completely different situation. This is just for fun, and you just get immersed in it, and it's a really good game. I love it.
Hey, when you guys play, I'm going to start with Josh, but I'm going to ask all you guys this question. What's your favorite class to play and why?
It'd probably be the sniper, just because I could sit back, away from combat, and just pick off people left and right all day.
What about you, John?
Engineer. Repair and shoot the hell out of planes.
And let me guess, Ian, you love to fly...
No, it's tanks, man. Tanks all the way. I'm an engineer. Love having that rocket launcher hop in my tank like my lead sled, man. I'm taken care of.
So you think there might be tanks in this Battlefield 3?
If there isn't, I'm going to be kind of upset. Yeah, a little bit, man.
Hey, Josh, how important would it be able to go prone in sniper?
Well, I guess it's a major. Yeah, it's essential. You have to have it.
Would you be disappointed if it's not in this one?
Yeah, because then I die.
That was one of the big things in the last one was that, you know, the camo actually worked. So when you went prone, you were invisible unless somebody could spot your shot. So if you take that away, I mean, come on.
Well, we'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. What else do you expect to see inside here on some of the shooting scenarios?
I expect to use the AT-4. I'm expecting to use it. Massive damage from long distance. You can't beat it. Tanks, whatever, they're all gone. The AT-4.
Hey, so I'm going to start with all three. I'm going to start with you, Josh. What's your call sign for your dog tags?
I guess it would be Alderwolf. That's my gamer tag, so I'd go with it.
What about you, John?
Spastic Hero. Spastic Hero.
Spastic Hero. What about you?
Grim. Grim.
Okay, what's your platform of choice? What do you like to play this game on?
360.
60.
PS3.
3.
The 360.
None of you guys are PC guys. It hurts my heart. Right here, right here, right here. I have a tear rolling down my face. Nobody likes the PC. I guess the old guys have to use the keyboards. All right, guys. Talk a little bit more. You want to see the snipers. I personally like the medic. I'm one of those weird guys, you know. But look, you guys play together. You all belong in the same clan. Yeah. Now, normally, if you're a sniper, you'll always be engineer.
He'll run his engineer, and then I'll run his medic. I only run his engineer when we need one.
So you guys, when you're playing, if you two are playing by yourselves